They're like, these are vehicles that are sitting.
It's great, it's great.
Ryan.
It was just great.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning.
So, Kirk Kupka will be here in a little bit, he was just a little bit behind. We're gonna go ahead and get started with that, and the first thing we need to do is to approve the agenda, so moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Open up public comments, anybody from the public wish to speak? Adam?
Oh, I have my comments written down so I don't get off topic actually. That's down.
Sure.
Got a mic? Try to speak with a mic.
Mike's not turned on back there.
Oh, that's right.
Well, it's,
You're preacher, right?
I can get up there.
All right.
Adam Todd, 3763 H Avenue in Tama, rural Tama. Wrote my comments down so you can follow along and have a copy for yourself. Kurt can have them. Try to stay, be respectful of the time here and get through it. If you don't like it, move to town. That was a comment from a supervisor to the taxpayers about roads last week. So I am here to address the attitude, but I will address the issue first. Remember, I would not be here if it weren't for that comment. That attitude is what brought me here, not the crappy, atrocious roads. We have all learned to live with the roads that are so inferior and substandard that they have literally become jokes. I don't even complain anymore. The roads are a joke, nothing more. They are not roads, they are creek beds. The center is 6 inches lower than the shoulders. There's a curve between the road and shoulder anyway. There's zero crown on the road. I'm 43 years old and I've lived on the same mile of road as far back as I have a memory, and the roads are now worse than they were in the 90s. Water can't run off the roads. It runs down the roads, ponds in the roads, and literally has zero opportunity to get in the ditch. The ditches are the safest place to be in flash floods because all the water will be on the road. It does not take a 3-inch rain. It takes 3/10 of an inch rain to ruin roads that are nothing but creek beds. I've seen 2 county employees in a new pickup truck driving the roads after a rain to drive it into and through the puddles into the shoulder so that water can escape the shoulder into the ditch. So that's $50 an hour plus the pickup to break dams on shoulders after a 3/10 of an inch rain. Water is literally designed to travel across the roads instead of underneath in many areas, creating knee-deep gullies every single time it rains. You guys know it's a problem. Kurt Kupka's been out there. I thought an effort was being made, and I even thanked you last summer for trying, and then nothing. It stopped. Create a work order, and then what? Who checks off the work order? Who says it's complete? Do they inspect themselves? If there's no crown on the road and gullies are cut every rain, can't I just put in a work order to put a crown on the road and peel off the curb instead of getting a work order over and over and over on the same problem? Washboards, potholes, no crown, curbs, creek beds. You turn me into a bad guy, have him call up the engineer every time all the time to complain what ought to be done standard. If I don't want to be the bad guy complaining, then I just have to live with gullies in the road. You can ask for work orders to be made for single issues, but this is not a pothole in the road issue. The entire road system is out of whack, and nothing is being done to right it. And the buck stops with you, the board. Helmer says it's only a problem after a 3-inch rain. No, it's a problem 365 days a year. It's terrible design, terrible management, terrible administration. It's just overwhelmingly bad after a 2-inch rain or even a 1-inch rain. That a handicap van starts high centering in the 18-inch ruts, so that a citizen politely complains and then Kurt Helmer tells her to move to town. Shame on you. Nancy asked nice, and your response is how hard your friends work on their four-day work week. I know it's tempting to advocate for your friends, but you're supposed to be working for the taxpayer, not the county employees union. They can get a union rep in here to advocate for them. I elect people to represent taxpayers. I don't have a problem with the guys driving the maintainers and dump trucks. I'm friends with them. Love those guys. I got a problem with the guys that tell them what to do and not to do. It's not the Chads and the Garretts and the Tonys out in the equipment. That's the issue. The drivers do as they're told. Nice guys, love them all, but they are told to scrape the snow to the center of the road and scrape the rock to a berm on the side of the road and to never scrape out potholes. It's not their fault. The fault of the foreman, the engineer, and whoever hires those guys. We need a crown on the road more than a bunch of rock. Not having quarries is not the issue. Not having crown is where the issue starts, and having curves down the side of the road is a huge contributing problem. It's not lack of trucks. I've seen many years where independent contractors haul rock. We can call Brad Neuroth right now and ask him about it. You've disbanded the bridge crew. That's been subbed out, and this is a dead serious suggestion. How about subbing out the road maintenance? I'm dead serious. PCI or Manance can handle these roads. They'll have them in tip-top shape within 2 years, not even be asking for 4-hour days and comp time. They know what grade is. We actually used to call the maintainers graders because you put a grade on the road. Let Manance do it. Let PCI keep them honest then. But back to the point and what brought me here today. Telling Nancy with her handicapped van to move is an absurd suggestion. So here's my suggestion. Instead of all of us annoying rural folks having to move to town, let's just stop paying taxes. How about that? You don't like the roads, you don't pay your taxes. How about that? Let's have a nice little tax revolt. How about that? When an elected official says to move out from his jurisdiction, let's just stop paying taxes until we get adequate tax representation and decent roads. And if you don't like me not paying taxes, I guess the other suggestion was don't complain about it. I've learned to deal with the roads where they were bad before any of you got on the board. I know that. I've learned to deal with pathetic roads, but I'm not going to learn to deal with the attitude. Supervisors work for the taxpayers, not the county employees and their union. Kurt Helmer, your taxes are $2,826 annually. I'm responsible for 10 times that amount annually. I'm responsible for more taxes in a year than all 5 of you combined. My tax bill every year is more than you guys get paid in a year. The guy complaining last week is nearly 50 times that amount annually. A few guys with $100,000 tax bills refusing to pay taxes could get ugly. Nancy Smith might not have the big stick to demand some respect, but I do. Unfortunately, for the massive amount of taxes we pay, we expect roads that are traversable, that can actually be traveled upon. And Kurt, if you don't like it, move to Blackhawk County. Need my comments.
Anybody else?
He made good comments. He made very good comments.
Wanted to present this. Oh, cool. This is the winning submission for the 250th Flag Day photo contest. It's taken by Bob Kinslet.
He just walked in the hall.
Huh?
He just walked in.
Oh, this is in the hallway. Good. But he's here and he took the picture and we framed up the little thing and we're hoping that we can put it over on one of the walls wherever you guys want. But
Yep. Give us the great.
Bob comes in, congratulate him. And then lastly, the contract with Prairie River Scenic Byways. We sent her and I talked about the ones that Brent wanted fixed. There was a lot of analytics in there that he was asking for. Like on a monthly, weekly basis. I think if it's okay, and I talked to Heather about this, but, we're probably gonna try to draft up a contract for them through us and subcontract it through us, and that way all the reporting and analytics stuff can just be done on a quarterly basis with my quarterly report to the board.
Okay.
There were just some of the things about weekly or monthly analytics being sent in. That's not how her programs run. And so rather than going back and forth and changing times, dates and stuff, John recommended that we, if it's okay with you guys, we'll set up a contract with her that gets approved, and then you guys just have to provide the $500 for that year.
Okay.
If that's about, we'll bring that back at a different time.
Okay.
I'll show on that.
Oh, yeah. That's what we made out of it, Bob. So he took this picture and
That's wonderful.
they're gonna hang it up either over there or back here somewhere, and hopefully it's up for a very long time, but it was a really good picture. I love the way the flag got the sun.
Yeah.
I'd like to say I waited a long time to do that, but I just took the picture.
I waste my time.
Little backstory on that whole deal. The stones, originally it was just a bench and a flagpole there. That was by the Orland and Marvita Langenbaugh family from Garth. They both, Orland worked at Lennox, but anyway, they drove school bus, each of them about 35 years each. This was something Orland always wanted to do because he's 94 years old. He lives up in the Embers of Marktown. He said that when he was a kid, they'd come out there, you know, for Memorial Day and those things, and thought there ought to be something there. So they started that project. And then he decided that he wanted to put up those stones with every veteran's name that we could verify that was in the cemetery. I walked the whole cemetery and had lists from the Legion as well as a list from the trustees. And I think we reasonably got everybody on there. He wanted that on there. He has a fund in Garwin to add your name to it that would be taken care of financially. So that was, again, from the Orland and Marvita Langenbaugh family. I helped him do that. It's something very near and dear to his heart. And it looks really nice, look really good. My dad's name's on there, my name will be on there. But anyway, that's the backstory to all of that. And so anyway, thanks for choosing my photo, and looks real good, real nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Neat
Appreciate
photo.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta be around after. Will you be around after?
Well, if you're not,
Might wanna get a picture.
Okay, fine.
Or we can do it now.
I don't want to interrupt your meeting. You got a long meeting today, or do you know?
It could be.
Sometimes we think it's not, but. You wanna do it? You wanna get a picture of it?
Whatever works.
I'll
Go ahead and do
get-
that.
If you guys don't care, then
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll get out of here.
Appreciate that, Mike.
Yeah.
Take a look at this catalog.
Yeah, make sure you get a good background.
Yeah, so did you five?
No, no.
Good. We're back in America too.
That's a bit of lunch. Yeah.
Might be supposed to.
Thanks for doing that, Jake. We're not in public comment right now.
We're not?
No.
Thanks, Jake.
Thanks for doing that. And I think, was it Berlene's suggestion? I thought that was a
Yeah,
good.
it was
idea.
Berlin's
So
suggestion.
thanks To Berlene for her idea.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I actually have the ones that you guys, any of the ones you voted on at all,
Mhm.
I made a little collage, just go,
Oh, cool.
man, and it's only like this big, but I was just gonna sit up in the windowsill or something, so
Yeah.
put a little thing that says thank you for,
Yeah,
you know, those lighthearted fun things are fun to do. So.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Gonna be a yearly thing now?
We're out of public
Or is it
comment,
just
right?
for?
We're out of public comments.
If we're around the 200, at the next 250.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, but we are still working on the, time capturing, so.
Okay.
How's that going? Or you just kind of,
Right now, we're just waiting back for some meetings to happen so that cities can decide how much money they can get.
But, no, we'll talk about that whenever it comes around. I just said that we don't want to be the only ones, but we can give whatever the cities were given. One city. All right, discuss approve 6/22/26 minutes. Regular minutes.
So moved. I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Road project report, we got anything?
yep, doing some ditching out on 370th. I went out and I looked at it. Just how I had to be out there and drove by it. Looks good. They're doing a good job out there. They're changing the way the roads push in some corners and stuff like that, so it'll be a lot better when they get it done. Regular blading and maintenance is going on, with the rains that we've been having, softening it up enough to where they can run, so they're getting after it. Spot rocking from our stockpiles here and there. I know we put some rock out here on the Cedar Rapids Road, they call it, or Ross Street, or 310.
Yeah.
It needs some work, it really does, but we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with it, whether we pull it in, narrow it up, or we leave it wider, I'm not sure yet, so kind of work through that here in the next couple of weeks. Mowing right away. We also have, they've been addressing some driveway entrances and cross culverts, so that means that people that need new driveway entrances or what so forth, they've been putting those in, so. I think that's about all I got right now. I was down there Monday, had some good conversations with the guys. Gonna go back today and see where we're at. Been trying to do a weekly report with them just to see where they've been, what they're doing, make sure everybody's doing stuff.
Do you have a chance to talk to Nick about L?
I have not.
Okay.
I brought it up last Monday and they were gonna check into it a little bit.
Okay.
So I will readdress that today when I go down. That's LL in it.
Just L, I think it's just L. North of Insta.
Yep.
So I've got something to talk about the roads.
Go ahead.
So after last week, I went out and I put 71 miles of gravel roads, in my district after the conversation that Roger had with us. And, I was met by Nancy and her husband as I was walking out the door to go drive, and, they said, well, it's smoothed out now. 310 was drivable, was more than drivable. I believe 3 days earlier after the major rain, it was probably terrible. But it was, I thought the road was fine. Out of all the roads, our avenue looked horrible. And I was driving up, I was getting ready to pull over and call and talk to, the foreman about it. And I ran into Matt. He was coming down, I think it's Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt. Anyway, he was coming down with a grader fixing it. So the worst road I saw out there was that one. The next one was 305. If you guys want to save money and not go to a county fair to ride on a roller coaster, 305 is the road to drive. It is cool. The only problem is there's washouts on it. So I drove, I think almost every mile out there, where I looked at the ones that were really nice. So the folks are doing a good job of getting on the roads. When it comes to what, Adam, right, just here talking, look, we've talked about best practices, and I think we need to get there, and I think we're getting there to fix the roads, like 310's too wide. I don't know why they made it so wide. It's too wide, needs to be fixed somehow, but that's what we've got the foremans, and hopefully we're gonna get an engineer that'll address all of these things for us.
That's east of the airport, right?
What's that?
East of the airport? 310.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna,
go ahead.
they graded that wide in order for them to blacktop that to Ann Avenue. That's
Yeah,
why
they're
they made
gonna
it
go
wide.
Yeah, they're gonna go farther with the blacktop. So that's.
Yeah,
I think I can do it.
They didn't do it in the blacktop.
But whoever they are, yeah, understand,
Well, that was
years ago.
Reason.
years ago.
Yeah, no, I understand. But what my point being was, I went out and I drove just about every bit of gravel that's in my district. And from what I see, there probably with a heavy rain, it's terrible, but when I drove it, it was fine. So, anyway, thank you, Roger, if he's listening. I went out and I looked at all the roads, and I don't know who's taking care of that cemetery up there. And I got the picture, it's beautiful. So we got people who are doing a really good job of taking care of stuff up there. It's the Stay Skull.
Yep.
Cemetery. That's beautiful. It's at the end of a dead end road. The dead end road is
Well,
taken care of too. So, no, I think, I don't want to diminish what our folks are doing out there. There are things that still need to be fixed. And I appreciate the fact that we've got people out there that are pushing them to get it fixed. So I think we're on the right track.
And one of the biggest things, we need to get some ditches dug, especially on the hills.
Yes.
That's why the water's going down and end up on the road, because there's no ditches with the hills.
Right.
And that's just a timely process with the equipment we have, so.
So thanks for letting me chime in on your.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. Are we good? Or, okay, discussion. Possible action on 10-hour days for secondary roads department. It's another curtain item, I believe.
Yeah. As in your packet, you have the list that says where everybody's concerns and everything. Basically, it's not manageable. I don't know, you can't manage it. There's too many people that are working this hours, there's people working this hours. We basically, you approved it that expect the foremen to work 48 hours to manage them. So to me, it's not working. We got guys that are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. We got guys that are just sitting in a shed until wee hours of the morning because of what reason, I have no idea. Yeah, that's just like it says in what Taylor's deal here, and then I do believe there was another, Carly had said something too. And Chris, yeah, I do believe, so.
I do know originally when we started it, it was either one or the other.
Mhm.
And I think that was, I thought it more was a payroll thing back at that time. But it was just who's gonna be here when type thing, and who's gonna change. You might change, you a 8-hour 5/8, and then I'm gonna change to. So I think that's why we went, it was mandatory. You had to do, either you did it or you did, the county did it, or we didn't do it, is what it was. But
In my excursions, I stopped at the shop, and it was Friday, right? It was the last day I had the car. Yeah, Friday. And, there were two people in the shop sitting in Pat's office. It wasn't Pat.
Yeah, he was gone for funeral Friday, so
That
that was another deal with the mechanics. No one wanted to work with the one guy on Friday. Well, Pat was gonna be gone, so I think finally Pat or someone told the other guy that they have to be there. Well, obviously they didn't do nothing all day. Yes, they're just sitting
And
there.
that was one of the other things that I noticed too is, guys come in and they're waiting for the foreman to tell them what to do that day. And I talked to Taylor, I said, that's unacceptable. They ought to know what they're doing the day before or for the whole week unless something happens. And they shouldn't be waiting for the boss man to come in and say, hey, let's get out there and get to work. I mean, to me, that's just unacceptable. We're paying people to work and they're sitting there waiting for somebody to tell them what to do.
So at
And
this point,
these are seasoned people.
so we've tried it and clearly it's not working, so at this point, probably better to go back to the
I go back,
5 days for 8 hours.
I go everybody back to 5 8-hour days. To solve all this problem.
then they need to be on the same schedule no matter what you do.
Yeah.
For sure.
The mixed up thing,
And that was what was on the table, so that's what it was like, either that or nothing, so.
Yeah. But on the first, Carly says the first Friday that they had a the hour issue, and then the people who were supposed to be working that were one of the 10-hour day people, and so Friday didn't work out, so
And that
it's just not working out at all.
was related to K Avenue, you know, like the state is different, they have different hours. If we need to be ready with the roads, we gotta have people that are ready to be ready with the roads, so.
Yep. So was that a motion, Kurt?
Yep, I'll make the motion that everybody goes back to 5 hour days.
I'll second it.
Start tomorrow.
Okay,
Then I seconded it.
all right, move and second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Oops. Motion carries. We'll go back to 5
What do
hour.
you want to do with the ones that did 10 today?
Anything on 410s or
They should be on-
8 hours
they're on
this week
today.
because of the
Oh,
holiday?
because the holiday.
Friday.
So that's good.
Okay, so
So basically effective immediately.
yeah, that fixed itself.
Immediately, it's fine. Today would, yep.
So if you could send over or something, you want me to send over an email to Chris after this, just
I can
send it out.
I can take care of it when I get out here.
Right, thank you. Yes. Just so they know.
Yep, I'll take care of it.
Okay, discussion, possible action on resolution 6/2026A to designate a location of posting of board of supervisor meeting agendas. This is,
Number 26A.
Yep.
So I'll make the motion on it, and I got it real quick. This was mandated by this recent, resolution from the state, to post where these have to be. They have to post annually saying where we're going to post our meeting on. So I make a motion that we approve resolution 6/29/2026A, a resolution designating the place at which notice of meetings of the Tama County Board of Supervisors shall be posted.
I'll second it.
okay, it's been moved and seconded. We'll do a roll call.
Milmer,
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Nibble,
Aye.
Nolan,
Aye.
Kupka.
The resolution will pass. And we'll continue to post it where we always have it.
We're
Very
there.
much.
We were already in compliance. The next one, 6/29/2026B to transfer funds from the general fund to conservation funds. This is, what we were talking with Curtis last week about. He's got some plans and stuff that they didn't spend out of their budget this last year that he'd like to save for in the next fiscal year.
I'll make that motion to approve resolution 6/29/2026B, resolution to transfer funds for conservation.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded.
Was they earmarked that for the cabins? Was that?
It's for construction, but that's what his goal
His
is.
goal is.
There's some roads I think that he needs to do.
Yeah, I don't think it's just for those cabins.
But it was, it was kind of the whole thing in its whole.
Yeah.
There,
Whether it's the road to get to the cabin or, whatever.
I have a real quick question for Karen. Is this the fund that is only can be used for buying land, or is this a different?
He says you can also use it for construction or.
Okay.
Improving the land we already have.
Okay. All right. I just want clarification on that, because make sure we can actually use it. All right.
okay.
Milmer,
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Nibble,
Aye.
Nolan,
Aye.
Kupka.
Aye.
No offense. Discussion, possible action to approve union contracts.
You can do them together.
It's up to you guys.
These are what were negotiated earlier in the year. Did they ever sign off on it?
So 911 board and all them signed off on theirs. There's not really a place for you to sign on theirs, but since they have their own board, so that one's all signed off on. And then the sheriff's office did sign, so it's just waiting for your signature.
Okay.
Pursue all of their duties. Right?
Yeah, he's the one that negotiated.
Yeah, we still have not seen the Rose Union contract yet.
Okay.
This is just for the sheriff.
Yep, sheriff and 911.
And 911. All the sheriff contracts are the
The law
Yeah,
enforcement contract,
yeah.
yeah, that's different.
two different. The motion to approve those,
I'll make the motion that we approve the union contracts for 911 and the sheriff's department.
authorize me to sign them.
And authorize the chairman to sign.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Now the law enforcement contracts, these are 2080 or should be subject to 2080 with the cities.
When Casey called me this morning because he's not here, and he said that, he did increase them by 3%. Otherwise, the contracts are the same as last year, other than that 3%, and he is still waiting on the suits contract.
Supervisors, is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep,
They have to be in by a certain,
that I'm not sure.
I think by now. Supposed to be according to the law. Believe.
Stacy's signature bottom.
Probably. That is,
Okay. You don't like it? No, it just doesn't look like KCC there, but okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the law enforcement contracts.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
I,
Aye. Did you need to authorize him to sign it?
Is there a signature on there
Yeah.
or not?
There was there one?
Yeah.
And authorize the
Chairman and Tama County
Okay.
Supervisors.
Okay.
an auditor, some of them have auditor.
Okay, then I'll amend it to allow the chairman and the auditor to sign.
And I'll continue with that second.
Okay. All those in favor of the amendment say aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries and all, then we'll vote on the motion, the original motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion will carry.
Okay. Good.
2026 C reappropriation of funds according to,
So I placed that on the agenda. I was noticing with the budgets that the Veterans Affairs / Relief Services was going to be over budget, and the outside auditors do not like that. So since we've already done our budget amendment, and they didn't ask for a budget amendment, I have enough in my budget that I would be willing to share with them.
Bless your heart. So this is going to add money.
This will take money
to
from
VA?
my budget and give it to VA and general relief so that they're not over budget.
Thanks for being a problem solver.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 6-29-2026C for moving money between the auditor's office, Veterans Affairs, and the Relief Services.
I'll second that. Okay. Been moved and seconded. We'll do a roll call on that.
Silver,
I,
Turner,
Aye.
Campbell,
Aye.
Nolan,
Aye.
Kupka.
Aye. Okay. Motion carries, discussion of possible action on Tama County Board of Adjustment appointment with the term 7/1/2026 through 6/30/2031. Heather was working on this one. The first one is.
Yeah, so it should be Nancy Smith. We only have one applicant for both, the board of adjustment and then the next item, the zoning.
so these are two separate.
Correct, yeah. So the
Budget
first,
paper.
One zoning.
I just saved my paper.
yep,
One zoning, one's board of adjustment.
Those Nancy's Board of Adjustment,
correct.
Yes.
Yep,
then he's,
so
so
then Jim Niebuhr going for zoning.
There's need a motion to reappoint Nancy.
I'll move to reappoint Nancy to the Board of Adjustment.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
I,
Opposed, motion carries and Jen Nieberdahl for the zoning commission.
I'll put that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and
Only
seconded.
discussion I'll give is thank you to Wade Mitchell. He put a lot of years in as zoning commission. I know he's asked to get off the board is why Jim's coming in. But yeah, Wade did a really good job. His research was amazing, just
Yeah.
very thorough, very look into other counties, look just dig deep, very, very smart man. So thank you, Wade, if you're listening, and appreciate your years of volunteering on the board.
And hopefully he gives that big stack in the gym.
Jim will know what to do with it. Jim do a good job.
Yeah.
Nebo go?
Here we go.
Up by the
Never go.
Buckingham area.
Yeah, he lives in the Hickory Hollow. That housing up there by Hickory Hills.
So you guys, you,
Not yet.
we
That
didn't.
was in discussion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carried. All right.
You know how to spell his name?
Ed. NIDBTRGALL.
Okay, next item, discussion possible action on, Board of Supervisors reorganization. I've put some thought into this and I think this is a good time to at least address it. There's been some, I'm back at work full time and there's stuff that comes up during the week that feels like I'm not able to give 100% of my attention to like I was when I wasn't, working full time. And feel like it would be a good time to switch leadership. At the beginning of January, when we usually do our reorganization, I think that we're kind of in the middle of some stuff still, and I think that that's passed, and so be a good time for us to look at, is that, you know, potentially changing leadership of the board. It's a good time to do that in the middle of the fiscal year, or at the beginning of the fiscal year, rather, it's honestly better in July than it is in January. Yeah, January, other than when you first get elected, there's gonna be some people coming on and that, so I understand that, but you don't know monetarily where you're at, you know, until after July 1st. I think we're gonna be a pretty good spot, and this would be a good place to kind of switch it up if we wanted to, and I still would be, you know, willing to help out in any way possible I can and kind of share whatever information, but Heather and I work real well together, I think, as a team, and I think it'd also be kind of cool at our 250th anniversary of our nation's history that we finally have a female chair for the Board of Supervisors.
So you're making a motion?
That's good. I'm going to pull my name out as the chair, that I would make the nomination that we would elect Heather as the chair.
So did you just make that motion?
I did.
I will second that.
And then she'll take over the meeting and then we'll designate a co-chair.
There we go.
Okay,
We need a roll call for that one or not?
we would just vote,
Okay.
because there's no more nominations
Does
unless,
this mean I'm gonna have to sit by you?
I think so.
Oh.
Easier to.
That change.
Nudge you.
Use your vote. I will shower. I will start showering. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Heather will take over the meeting from there.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, so next item is to, obviously, we need a vice chair, since I was vice chair. Oh, man, we're getting serious. Not that I need to use it.
He said he was willing to help. I would make a motion to make him the vice chair.
Okay, we got a motion? Is there a second? Motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Vice Chairman. All right.
Did he accept?
Yeah. I
Only
guess
for-
so.
I had to.
The rest of us are busy doing other stuff.
Okay, next item, discussion approved claims.
I don't have that yet. I think the vice chair has it. Good. The new vice chair.
But it's in my file.
I'm like, I don't have it. You haven't seen it yet?
Have you seen it yet, Kurt?
This is one thing, you don't have to be as organized.
There it is right there.
When you're the vice chair, you don't have to be
You
as.
got both of them?
I got
the other one.
Oh, you got the other one, okay.
Thank you. Are we still doing the monthly reimbursements for the phones?
So the attorney's office turned in yearly for
Yeah.
their cell phones, and then I'd have to check with Jenna, but I think public health still does monthly for cell phone reimbursements.
Did we have a policy for those to be turned in within
They're supposed to be turned in monthly.
all expenses, but. So that's what we're approving right now.
So you're talking about the courthouse?
The attorney's
Oh, the
office,
attorney's office.
Well, there's,
I don't know why we're, seriously, with cell phone plans right now. I don't know of any of that's charging for long distance phone calls anymore. That would be the reason.
no, the issue is that we are paying for it all at once just to get it out the door before July 1st. We're
Right.
not submitting those claims at the beginning of the year. This is like, so that we don't have as much at the end of the year, get rid of that.
Right, I don't understand, but I don't know why we're even.
It wouldn't be there anyway if they would just submit their bills the way that they're supposed to, but people are not doing that. And so
Right.
we want to enforce that through,
Okay, before we're still talking about claims, right? I'm gonna hit the motion. I think moving forward, we need to look at even not reimbursing for cell phone coverage. Everybody's carrying a cell phone. Somebody's calling me. Everybody's carrying a cell phone. And I don't know, I mean, I make international phone calls. And I don't know why we're reimbursing for it. I really don't.
yeah, well, we can look at the policy.
Yeah.
But some of them need it for the time and attendance. If we're going to do that, we have to, so sure, we have to pay for that. Unless we want to give everybody a cell phone, I don't think we
We've
want
already
to
done
do
it
that.
for roads, and that's, by the way, that's going into effect.
the
The first,
attorney's office uses their computers for time and attendance.
yeah,
I say most everybody other than roads does.
Yeah.
And that's why they got county shell.
gotcha. So, all right, the roads, ready to copy? 333, comma, 658, period, 08. $333,658.08. I make a motion that we approve this.
Okay, got a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Oh, look at you go.
Hey,
You can find it.
my first time I could do it.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Is there any other further discussion on claims?
I think we just need to probably get that so they're doing it the right way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If it's gonna be, I see your point at the end of the year, I see what you're saying.
Mhm. And it happens often, and we need to figure out how the other counties do.
Yeah, well, we made a policy that they couldn't bring these in at the end of the year.
Yeah.
We did that so that we could enforce it, and if they're not doing, it's supposed to be it's all claims within the 60 or 90 days from the time that you get it. Submit, otherwise you're not getting reimbursed for it, because we're not going to chase down claims for,
right.
We shouldn't have to.
no. Well, it's hard on, it's hard on the auditor's office. It's just not right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so since it's still happening, let's have the policy, let's see what the enforcement is, or do we need to start, notify when it happens? Is there any proactive approach, figure out how to do that?
So this is the last bill of the year, fiscal year.
Yep.
So I say that we just, in July, if you haven't got it submitted, we're not paying for it.
Yep. I agree with that, David. That's good. Yeah, whatever that time space is, whether it's 30 or 60 days after that, if you didn't turn it, that's not our fault.
Should that be put on the policy or?
Yeah, I'm saying,
It kind of already is.
it is, honestly, we just need to enforce it.
It's already in the policy.
Yeah, we just need to enforce it.
We'll just address it.
Yeah.
The enforcement.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
We have one more.
Okay.
We have the United States Treasury,
It's a hell.
It's for the health fund. That is for our reporting that we have to do for being self-insured.
and that's ready to copy? 1,079, period, 17, $1,079.17. I make a motion, we approve it.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carried. Next item, new business, discussion possible action, any supervisor reports.
Okay.
Anything going on from last week that you guys got for reports?
I have something. Um. So the Friday I attended the Central Iowa Juvenile Detention Facility meeting. They're raising the rates from 150 per day to 175 per day. That's still a lot less than other places are charging. And then we've put in one switch already. One of the new POE switches is already gone to 911. I believe we're going to put it in West Annex maybe tomorrow, and I'm trying to get it put in here in this building. That way the wall warts will go away and we'll have the new switches in place. They've already been provisioned. They just need to be physically put in place and then everything moved over. And I wanted my own tripod back, so we purchased this cool new tripod for the owl. So that's what we've done. I have not spent any of the money you guys authorized me to spend yet, because I've got people bidding on the core switches. So as soon as, right now, it looks like I'm only gonna get 2 bids, but we need to get them done.
Better one is.
Yeah, so. Let you know next week where we are with that.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I don't have anything. I have a meeting this week with Region 6, and it's just a quarterly meeting. Nothing exciting will happen there, but I'll bring back whatever comes up.
Okay. I know on the comprehensive land use plan, I've been talking to the zoning administrator, so Laura, and just trying to figure out, they're doing a lot of work, but trying to figure out, working with economic development, team, working with Marty, with Region 6, he can provide another quote. It's around the same value as last time, so we can always bring it back and put on the agenda to March. We're at the end of the fiscal year. It's good to see how did we do, get those reports to kind of come out of how we're sitting. Because they can do a lot of work, but I know they're meeting already twice a month. They're working on the wind ordinance. They still have a couple more ordinances to go. They're super busy. There's some of those analytical, like how many people have came in and came out of the county, or, there's some of those items like that. Is that something zoning should always be spending their time, and we have all these ordinances to do. So, something to keep in mind, but it would take Region 6 like a year to do it. So yeah, that's where we're at there, but think through that. We can put that on a future agenda if we want to at least explore some options, so to get the thing done, so. Okay. Hurts, you guys good?
Yeah.
Yep.
I meet this. So.
Okay, let's go ahead and open up public comments. Is there any public comments? Okay.
I just wanted to make a couple of reminders, because I don't know who's listening online, that Friday at 10:30, more or less, at the Civic Center in Tama, Zach Lane will be there. And I don't know how much he's gonna be in Tama County. It's almost November already, but I don't know how many people he will be bringing with him or how long it's going to last. It could be 10 minutes, it could be an hour and 10 minutes, don't know. But this Friday, July 3rd, at the Tama Civic Center, and then the Desert Parade, July 4th. The only reason I'm mentioning that is because if you wanted to see any politicians, they will probably be there at Desert, Tama County Desert on Friday, or excuse me, on July 4th, Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, so it'd be a good place to do some meeting and greeting. It's such a crucial year as this, so let me get those two out there.
Okay, thanks, Karen. So there's one on there.
Yeah, 911 Director Jacob said, he wants to give a huge thanks to Karen Rohrs, Michelle Schroeder, Casey Schmidt, and Paul Groove for their help with the union negotiations. We were able to negotiate benefits to eliminate some negative contract language while still making sure our dispatchers and deputies are cared for the 24/7 essential services they provide to our county. Very thankful for our negotiation team.
Great. We're thankful as well. You guys do a lot of good work and we appreciate it very much.
You're already on a roll, buddy. You better.
Yeah. Is he gonna be nice or is he gonna be?
It's okay to think before you speak.
Any other public comments?
And Kurt Hilmer will be having a float in the Dizer Parade so that he can get a positive outlook going.
Remember, usually he's not out of bed for the parade.
Isn't it at night?
No.
Oh, it's in the morning at 11 o'clock, that's right. Okay, yeah.
It was a joke, Karen, I do get up.
I hope so.
All right, any others? We'll close public comments. I think we got through everything. Motion for adjournment.
Wait, that, oh, they beat me.
I've got a motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Hey, you gotta do the second roll for a while till you get to do the first. Newbie.
The newbie.
Gotta work on my time.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned at 9:20 AM.
Here, and I